Hi there. So in our last video, we designed the link fragment layout and we also created a navigation graph for our easy workflow. In this video, we'll be actually doing the code base of link fragment. We'll be setting things up, setting the connections between the link fragment and our upcoming fragments. And also, we'll be checking that how we are going to store the link that a user will enter in the link fragment. So before that, let's jump onto a Figma file and see how this workflow is going to work. This is a Figma file, and we are currently working on the link fragment. We have designed the layout. So in this layout, what we all see is that we have this edit text where user will come and enter their API link. And once the user will click on accept button, we will be redirecting the user to the home fragment. But from its behavior, it's also clear that this is not supposed to show up every time a user starts this application. So this fragment is going to be a one-time fragment where we'll be checking whether the user has entered a link or not. If the link is available with us, then we won't require to show this screen to the user each time. And we'll be using share preferences to store that one-time link. And then on checking if link will be present, then we'll be redirecting. If not, then we'll be keep showing this fragment until we have a link with us. So let's jump on to our code base. So this is the link fragment Kotlin file on which we are going to develop our code. So let's create a first function which will be used to fetch the link from the edit text if user enters it and stores it inside the shared preferences. So for that, I'll create a function called private val. What do we call it? In on link entered. On link entered. And for this, we require the string as well, which user has entered inside the edit text. So I'll put an argument of string type. Yes. Okay, that's it. Private fun. Sorry. Yes. So this we have this function. So now we have to do is we need to create a variable for the shared preferences. After that, this has just created a share preference, but in order to store the variable, we need to edit this share preference. For that, let's create a variable called editor. Editor is equal to share preferences dot edit. So this way we have entered inside the edit mode. So now all we have to do is editor dot put string. So this way we are adding the value of the string inside the share preference. So we need to provide a name to it. So let's call it as API. And what we want to enter is this string which we received from the edit test. That's it. And now editor.apply. Once we have this function ready, so this will be helping us in order to store the value of the API inside the share preference. Now we also discussed that we want to make this as one-time fragment. So if we already have the link with us, then we do not require to show the screen to the user. So for this, we also need to actively check that whether the link is available with us or not. So for that, let's create another function called private fun is link available. Available. So now, so very first thing, what we need to check is that if the link is available with us or not. So for that, what we can do is we can add an if block. If is link available, then all what we have to do is we have to redirect the user to the home fragment. So as we do not have any home fragment set up at the moment, so I can make use of toast to just raise a message that this is the intended action. And if we do not have our link, then we need to add these following checks. So for that, we have these two buttons. So if user has input the link and click on the accept button, we need to fetch that link, store it in the share preferences, and redirect the user back to the home fragment. So for that, what we can do is we can just add a click listener, binding dot accept button dot set on click listener, and inside this click listener we can check, so we can create a variable here. So here, where link API link is equal to binding dot linear text dot to string, and if API link dot is null or blank, it means that we need to throw an error. So for that, we can make use of error attribute inside the text layout dot error, and we need to write in please input the API link to proceed. That's it. And else, if we have the link with us, then we need to store that link by making use of this function. So on link entered, and we need to provide the value as API link. This can be converted to val. That's it. And after that, we need to redirect the user back to the home fragment. So I can make use of this toast message again, which will be replaced with the actual navigation flow once we create the home fragment. That's it. And now we also have this exit button. So let's just create a functionality for exit button too. Uh, so binding dot exit button dot set on click listener. So whenever a user clicks on exit button, we want the application to get closed. So easiest way to do this is to make use of the inbuilt function called finish affinity. So to access that, all we have to do is require activity dot finish affinity, and this function will completely remove the application from the Android process tree. So I think we are good to go to the functionality, and we can jump on to our testing part. Uh, what I can do, so I have also created this temporary variable called link, so I can make use of this variable to actually store the API, the link available, so to know that whether we actually have this link or not. So this is purely for the testing purpose. So once we have this activity running, we can just remove this portion from here to stop giving this um, unnecessary toast to the user. So here we can create another toast, as we have called the function is link available, and this if link is available we can uh, call the link function and it will display us the link. Yes. So as you can see, currently we do not have any link stored, so that's why we got an empty toast. So we have a running UI. Let's just click on accept button and see what happens. And we get this cool error, please input the API link to proceed. So which means that we do not have any link present at moment, so that's why it has given us an error. We can also try out this functionality for the exit button, because after this, once link is stored, we won't be getting this screen. So if I click on exit button, the app gets exit. So currently, we still don't have any link, so we can proceed with entering any dummy link. So I'll also be providing this functionality inside the application to change this API. So as we do not have any API link at the moment, so we can put any dummy string and check that whether our app is working or not. So www.api.com, I can just put this, and once we hit accept, it says link present, redirecting to home fragment. So to quickly check that whether we actually got our string, this link saved in our shared preferences, what I can do is I can exit from the application, and I can restart the application again. It should tell us the link. So see, now we are getting the toast as www.api.com, which means that our link is successfully stored in shared preferences, and we are good to go to fetch this link from anywhere inside the application. That's all for this video. So in next video, we'll actually be creating home fragment, designing the home fragment, and also replacing these boilerplate codes with the actual navigation component flow. So stay tuned for the next video. I hope you like it. Please like, share, and subscribe, and see you soon.